Imagine that tabletop spine position. We'll do one more each side. Keep the little lift through the face. You don't want to singe your eyebrows off on that candle flame. And bring it back. From there, we'll curl into a child's pose, bringing the knees apart. If you can, sit your bottom back, and then just stretching the arms forwards and letting the head come down onto the ground. Just stretching and opening through your lower back. There, you can even walk your hands across to one side, or walk your hands across to the other side. Good. Let's come down onto your tummy. If you are a low back person, you may even want a little bit of a pillow underneath your stomach, particularly if you have any stenosis through your lower back or narrowing through some of the vertebrae in your lower back. Head comes down onto the pillow, hands come down beside you. It's very important in this position that we do have that activation through the tummy, so feel as though your tummy is lifting up off the floor. Just making space for a little ice block underneath your belly button, and your tailbone is dragging away. Hands beside you. Keep that sense of work into your tummy and buttock muscles. Gently press through your hands and come to hover the head up off the ground. And coming back down. So we're lifting the head, but we're not lifting the head forwards. The eyes are staying down. And what's actually lifting us is some muscles in the vertebrae in between the shoulder blades, okay? You may or may not feel that, but you don't want to feel neck pain. On the next one, if you're managing okay with that, the head can lift, and we can just see if we can float the arms a little bit up off the ground, or just make the arms feel light. We've still got that connection through your tummy, that connection through your buttock muscles. We'll do one last one. Good. From there, come back up onto your hands and knees, and you can come again into a little child pose stretch, or just rolling up into the cat stretch on your hands and knees. Okay, we're going to take that up into some standing exercises. So hopefully you can still see me. To start with, we're just going to move through some squats. So just position your feet so they're hip width and parallel. Some people like their toes slightly out, that's okay, as long as they're not all the way out. Transfer the weight back onto your heels, and we're going to move back into a squat. So I call these chair squats or toilet squats, because you imagine that you're really lowering yourself down into a low chair behind you. Okay, my knees are not moving forwards much. My knees move forwards just a little bit, and it's the sense of the bottom moving back. Now sometimes if you're a little bit tight in your ankles, it helps to have your feet up onto a rolled towel, okay? And we'll just continue with that squat. We'll go for 10. If you're watching your knees are tracking over your second and third toe. Resisting the tendency of the knees often wanting to cave in. If you do have a band available, sometimes tying that band around your knees can give you just a little bit of feedback and work to keep the knees out into the band as you're going through that squat motion. Good. We'll take that into lunges. So in a lunge, if you're still using the towel for your ankles, you have the front heel up on the towel. Back leg steps back a little, and then just raising up on your toe on that back leg. And then from there, similar to the squats, I've now got 70-80% of weight on my front leg, and I'm lowering down into the lunge. We'll do 10 on one side. If you're getting discomfort in your knee, just come down halfway, okay? You'll still get some nice work. You should also be aware of something working somewhere into the buttock muscle on that front side. If you're not getting much of that, you may need to put even a little bit more weight onto that front leg. And change across to the other side. On the back foot, raising up onto the toe. Bottom sits down, knee does not travel forwards too much on the front leg. Okay, it is often good to do another set, so another set of 10. If you want to do that, you can just pause the video and go on your own, and then you can come back and pop the video back on. From there, we're going to move into a little bit of single leg work. It's good to have something for support here, whether you have a wall. I've just got a roller here. You could even have a stick or a broom. Take the weight onto one leg and bring the other toe back out behind you. Okay, from there we're going to lift the back leg and just tip forwards with the top part of your body. Come back, toe taps down onto the ground. And again, back leg lifts, lever forwards, taking yourself towards a horizontal level, and then come back. So this should be quite strong into the buttock muscle of the leg that you're on. It's quite common for people to lock their knee on that front knee, so just have that knee in what we would call a soft position. And across to the other side. Change the support to the other hand, transfer the weight to the other leg, other toe taps back. As that back leg lifts, lever the torso forwards. You want to make that feel equal, okay? So you don't want the back leg to lift without leaning forwards in your body. It'll go straight into your lower back. So as that back leg lifts, you're pivoting around the leg that you're on. The pivot is in the hip. We've all got our beloved scooters in the reformer classes. This should simulate a little bit what it feels in those scooters. So the sense of the work in the standing leg. Again, you can pause the video and you can repeat that same exercise again on each side. We're just going to finish up with a roll down. I've just stepped down a step here so that you can sort of see what's happening higher up. Again, I've just got hip width and parallel feet, and we're just going to rock and roll the pelvis around the feet. Okay, so just feel that swing across your heels, across the side borders of your feet, across your toes. Okay, and then take it back round the other way. I'll just face front on, see if you can get a little sense of that movement. Okay, take your feet, take your position into the middle now, and we'll just give the neck a bit of a stretch, so taking your left ear down to your left shoulder and just opening through the right side of your neck. If you feel okay, you can place your hand on, not to pull, but just to add a little bit of pressure. And you can turn your head towards that armpit for a little bit more of a stretch as well. And come back to the middle, and we'll do the same thing across to the other side. Right ear to right shoulder, lengthening through the left side of the neck. Hold there for a 10-second stretch. Turn the head a little bit towards the armpit. And we'll go into a roll down. So first of all, just standing nice and tall. Feel a sense of elongation through the spine. Imagine that you're holding the crown of the ceiling up with the crown of the head. That sense of lift. Inhale, exhale, nod the head forwards, roll down through the upper back. And dangle the arms down towards the ground. Dangle the crown of the head down towards the ground. We're trying to go for vertical legs here, so you don't want to see a big swing back. If you need to bend your knees, if you're a bit sensitive in your back, you can just take your hands onto your knees, and that's fine as well. In this position here, Just do some little no's and some little yeses through your head. And then take a big deep breath in, pressing the feet down into the ground, straightening up through the legs, rolling the pelvis on top of your legs, rolling one vertebrae up on top of the next, and then balance last of all on your head. You can take one more roll down if you like, but that's completed our little mat session today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Any feedback is appreciated. You can just shoot that through to the admin email address, and I'm aiming to try to get a new one of these sessions up each week. But if you're feeling motivated, you can do this same session 3 times a week, and that'll keep you moving until we see you next time. Bye!